Too long, don't read. I want to sincerely apologize to anyone who has been dragged into recent events they had no desire to be involved in. Many people have been harassed or mistreated by Mario for simply not complying with their expectations. I take responsibility for contributing to the situation by deliberately withholding information after the Hammer Forge incident. I remained silent not to protect anyone, but admittedly to watch the drama unfold for my own entertainment, especially given how stagnant the game feels lately. I also want to address those who've said things like, "I've lost respect for Manfred after he stole the hammer from Mario, who worked months farming factory for it." Asterisk, I'm sorry, but you may not be aware that a large part of that progress was illegitimate, boosted through account sharing and botting. If account sharing and boosting are bannable offenses, then benefiting from cheaters should be treated the same way. Those who knowingly participate in that kind of progression should be held equally accountable. Please be more cautious about who you choose to believe online, especially when it comes to someone with a long history of bans and exaggerated claims. When someone can't carry their own weight in-game, yet demands high payments for carries, their credibility should speak for itself. Statement regarding the Hammer Forge incident and ongoing drama. Why forge the hammer? Let's start with the most asked question. Why did I forge the hammer? It's simple. The same person who's now complaining once said, "I don't mind if someone forges it. They can pay $750 rent for me every 2 weeks just to hold it." 2 fragments cost roughly that much. It's an obvious contradiction, and now they're just refusing to accept the L. It reminds me of some of their other outlandish claims. Unique Wing does less damage than Superbone when farming termites. The max a factory squad can farm is around 500 mythic fragments per hour. I literally stream myself consistently getting 600 plus mythic fragments per hour, and they still called it fake. Apologies to unwilling participants. I sincerely apologize to everyone who was dragged into this situation unwillingly, and especially to those who were pressured to pick a side because of certain individuals. Some of my guild members left after being manipulated into joining a so-called competent new guild, only to realize the truth and asked to return a few days later. Many players, especially younger ones, felt obligated to do favors for others despite gaining nothing themselves. That kind of emotional manipulation is shameful. To those affected, I see you, and I understand how unfair this has been. The truth about Mario. Mario holds the record for most bans in floor history. Redemption is possible for anyone if they change. Unfortunately, just weeks after their most recent ban expired, they returned to account sharing, progress boosting with cheaters. To make things worse, they're now scamming players for money in exchange for carries, exploiting underage players' kindness and trust. People like this have no place in the game. They don't change, they adapt their methods. Past incidents in the botting ring. Some context many may not know. The infamous Ida incident involved the official floor Discord's previous admin, who admitted to helping cheaters account share. These same cheaters later helped Mario with factory farming. The account Freedom08 was actively bought for at least a month starting mid-April. It was shared among multiple people while the original owner had already quit. Anyone can confirm this by searching the super mob kill message logs in the official floor Discord's hashtag game channel. This isn't speculation, it's all public history. And yet, this same network of cheaters is now being defended by someone who can't hold to their own words. How do I know this? Somehow the cheaters are smart enough to publicly discuss this in a server with 50 plus active floor players and expect everyone to be okay with blatantly breaking the rules. Why I stayed silent? Yes, I intentionally stayed quiet after the forge. Not to protect anyone, but because I wanted to watch how people responded, how misinformation spreads. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. And that's exactly what happened. What I didn't anticipate was how many people would be manipulated so easily. That part, I regret that IT caused way more harassment and negativity than I expected. A scumbag to a scumbag? For those who believe in me being a greedy power hogger because of the memes and whatnot, I just want to say, those who know me or were around understand the truth. I don't see any issue with being a scumbag to a scumbag. If someone uses bots and cheaters to farm factory, that progress means nothing to me. I have no regrets forging the hammer under those circumstances. On paid carries, let's not even dive deep into the gray areas of paid carries or obtaining pedals for services. It's shady at best and may very well be against the rules. If you're involved in that kind of activity, I strongly advise you to stop before it catches up to you. Final thoughts. Hopefully, this message clears up what actually happened and sheds light on what's been going on behind the scenes. To those who were misled, I hope this gives you a more informed perspective. To those still manipulating and exploiting others, you know who you are, and so do we. Thanks for taking the time to read. This aged like fine wine.
M28 said. Ban Mario, stop yapping and go do something about it.